us home. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Facebook, good morning, YouTube. We are on day 29. Day 29 from How to Win When Shit Happens. Yesterday, I got so many responses from the affirmation that was a lot of people really. Good morning, Chris. Really enjoyed that and had a lot to say about yesterday's affirmation, which was I embrace constructive criticism as it moves me closer towards my higher self. Like I said, the more we move forward with these affirmations, a lot of them are like this is the end. Like we have done them for there have been 31. These are good morning, good morning, good morning. These are the very end, so they are assuming that you have gotten everything that you needed for the first 29 affirmations, and so these are, I think, critical to moving forward. You understand that, as the first affirmation stated, you are love, you are light, you are powerful beyond your wildest dreams and imaginations. Today's affirmation, drum beat or drum roll. Today's affirmation states, I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. One more time. I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. Today's quote is unknown and it says, no one cares about someone who's bent on self sabotage. If you want to save the world from sinking, first pull yourself up and escape drowning. Very simple. Very simple. No one cares about someone who's bent on self sabotage. If you want to save the world from sinking, first pull yourself up and escape from drowning. So, today's affirmation, as I said, I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. I think a lot of times people get caught up in trying to save other people. A lot of people enjoy serving others. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. However, you can't really save others. Good morning, Ace. You cannot save others until you have secured yourself, until you're okay. I know a lot of times family people, husbands, try to make sure everybody else is okay, and a lot of times they're not okay. And when that happens, a lot of times they become very unhappy, right? Same thing for moms. I can definitely relate as a mother. For so many years, I've put my kids first, other people in my life. I've even put clients in my life before myself. And eventually I got to a place where I realized that was not serving me well at all. Not serving me well at all. It was not moving me towards a productive place. Everybody else was happy except myself. And so I had to realize, as our affirmation for today states, I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. I kind of look at life as a book. I'm a writer, so I look at life as a book, and you are narrating your own story. And regardless of what comes in and out of your life, you are the star. You're the star. And as you guys know, if the star sucks, the movie is going to be a flop. If the star is usually the leading character, whether that's a male or female, is usually the most important part of the film. You want to have good writing, you want to have a good plot, you want to have good marketing and promotion, but really a lot of it rests on a great leading character. Right? So you are the leading character in your life story. So you have to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. That's why these affirmations and this morning meditation is so important, because this is one step in you taking care of yourself. You making sure that the star of your movie is mentally sound, is able to handle negativity or things that life throw in our path. Right? So putting others before yourself can feel like an act of chivalry. From the outside looking in, it appears noble and garners much applause. Unfortunately, those who put others before themselves are usually creating a self destructive pattern for themselves that ensures they will never reach their full potential. Do you guys hear that? I'm going to read that sentence again because I think, especially with those of us that really are, we enjoy nurturing others, we enjoy seeing others realize their dreams. Unfortunately, those who put others before themselves are usually creating a self destructive pattern for themselves that ensures they will never reach their full potential. What's even more unfortunate is their inability to put themselves first means that those that they are helping will likely be pushed will likely be pushed to reach their highest potential either. Will likely not reach their highest potential either. As a parent, I learned by default that the most impactful lesson you can give your child is the example you embody. Teaching your child to make his bed every morning is difficult if you don't make your bed every morning, right? Yes, you can yell and threaten punishment, but the day will come when that child will look you in the eye and say, "Why do I have to make my bed when you don't make yours?" The same is true for any lesson you attempt to give others. Encouraging others to strive for greatness is hypocritical if you aren't first striving for it yourself. There is a reason we're instructed on planes to first secure oxygen masks on our own face before attempting to assist others. You will never be able to help others to reach their fullest extent if you are not operating as your highest self. It's not selfish to make yourself your first priority. In actuality, it's the first step to personal success, which is needed in order to truly help others. A poor man may be noble, but he will never be able to help others as much as a man with means. You will never be able to truly help your friends and family, etc., until you secure your own position. Today, you break the pattern of feeling guilty or selfish for putting yourself first. You accept the idea that prioritizing your needs is the only way to guarantee personal success. And therefore, it is the only way to help others to the fullest extent of your abilities. Right? Back to, if you guys are just joining, if you're just joining us, we're on day 29. I cannot believe we only have two more affirmations to do tomorrow. Today is Wednesday, tomorrow and Friday. And we'll be finished with the month of July. We started this in July because July is the second half of the year. And I wanted to make sure that we were starting the second half of 2020 strong. We all know there's so much that has happened in 2020. 2020 has been just a shocking year for most people. But I believe that we all have the ability to finish 2020 strong personally, right? I don't know what's going to happen. Good morning, Jamal. I don't know what's going to happen for others, but I believe that you have the ability to finish 2020 strong personally. So today's affirmation states, I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. No one cares about someone who's bent on self sabotage. If you want to save the world from sinking, first pull yourself up to escape drowning. Um, I remember when I first started as an entrepreneur, you're around other entrepreneurs, especially in entertainment, you see other people doing really well. And I remember thinking, if I can just help other people, you think, if I can help other people realize their goals and get to their, and help them achieve wins for themselves, that they would eventually see that I was really good at what I did and they would look back and help me. Right? That was my thought process. I'm going to help other people because I'm really good at that. I'm a mom. I love being a mom. And I thought, hey, I can help other people get to their goal. I help them. And that's, it's definitely going to come back to me, right? Now, I do believe the law of attraction definitely states that when we put out good, good comes back to us. But what I was doing wrong in that situation is I wasn't making sure that I was okay. I was helping others at the expense of myself. And that's what's wrong. It's not wrong. I'm not saying that you should not help others. Please don't misinterpret that this as me saying that you should not help other people. You should be selfish. Well, actually, selfish is not necessarily always a bad thing. We've been taught, a lot of us have been taught that being selfish is something that's negative, right? And being selfish is sometimes necessary. Being selfish is sometimes necessary because it ensures that you're going to take care of yourself first. And that's really, 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 really important. In fact, it is the only way that you can become successful. It is the only way that you can really help others. If you guys were listening when I read in the chapter, it said, a poor man may be noble, people may like him, but he is never going to be as impactful as a man with means. Yes, your cup must be filled in order to pour into others. Absolutely, Takesha, absolutely. And I had to learn that the hard way because, like I said, I was helping others at the expense of myself. And that's what's wrong. There's nothing wrong with making sure you're okay. You're okay first, and then tending to others. One of the young ladies I work with was an entertainment attorney, Yawanda Carter. You guys probably know her, or maybe if you're in entertainment, you know Yawanda. And I remember we were talking one day just about how our day starts, and I would start my day with chaos. I would look at my phone. I'm always on my phone, looking at my phone. So the first thing I would do when I woke up was look at my phone. And I would look at my phone, I would start to answer text messages, and I would end up on calls. And then it would end up, I would call the person back, and I would end up not even able to get ready in the morning. I remember, if a photo shoot would be at 10 o'clock, I would get up at like 6:30 and I'd be looking at the phone, answering messages. And then by the time it would be necessary for me to get dressed and take the time I needed to get myself together, I wouldn't have very much time. And so I would end up rushing. And I remember she and I were talking about that. And she was like, I make sure when I get up, I turn my phone off just to get up and get dressed and get ready, right? And then I turn my phone on. And that's something really small, but I remember it stuck out to me because I was like, I'm always rushing to make sure that everybody that called me knows I'm paying attention. I was a part of that work until you die work all the time. So I wanted a person to know, even if they text me at 3 o'clock in the morning, I was going to text them right back because I'm always working, always working, always working. And I was always working. But as a result of that, I would end up looking like hell on the photo shoot, helping a client. And then you look like you haven't taken the time to take care of yourself. So I had to slowly stop that. I'm not going to say that I do exactly what she said even today, because I usually do get up and look at my phone. But I will put my phone down to make sure that I'm able to get my shower, get my breakfast, get my makeup, do all those kind of things. Something very small, but it's a point of taking care of yourself first. She was doing a great job of taking care of herself first before she started her day. Good morning, Clay. Good morning, Clay. We are reading our morning affirmations and meditation. We're on day 29 out of 31. Day 29 out of 31. And day 29's affirmation states, I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. I want you guys to know, as of today, you are going to state that you are your first priority. I know a lot of you, Clay, you and different people that have been on here, Takesha, we serve other people. We do things for other people. But it's so important in doing things for other people that we make sure that we're okay first. Because I got something to tell you. If you take care of other people, they're going to assume that you're fine. They're never going to look back and be like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? If you end up running after them, running after them, running after them, running after them, they're going to allow you to do that. They're going to allow you. They have the grace to allow you to put them first. No one's going to ever look back and check because they're going to assume that you are taking care of yourself. And because they're taking care of themselves and you're helping taking care of them. So why would they not assume that you haven't done anything for yourself? They're assuming, hey, this is how they want to be. I was the publicist that put every client before herself, client and kids. So how far down was I on that totem pole? And so I'm telling you guys, do not make that mistake. There is nothing wrong. The word selfish sounded negative to me, right? I didn't want to be a selfish person. Now I realize that I have to be selfish in certain things. There's nothing wrong with that. In order to be great, there have to be some points in your life where you put yourself first. There have to be some points in your life where you are absolutely selfish and put yourself first. There's nothing wrong with it. I want you guys to embrace that idea today. Embrace that idea. We're going to do our breathing. We're going to do our breathing here along with our meditation. The reason, again, that we breathe when we do these affirmations is because it's important to sow seed in fallow ground, sow seed in rich soil, right? So if we're moving around and we're not paying attention, we're driving, we're in our car, and we're taking these affirmations in, they're not going to get planted in the core of our foundation, right? But when we sit here, we meditate with them and we think about them, it allows us to really soak them in, soak them up, and plant those seeds in fertile soil, not fallow ground, fertile soil, right? So I want you guys to repeat with me. I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. One more time. I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. One more time. I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. Okay, we're going to take that deep breath in and exhale. One more time, deep breath in, exhale. One more time, deep breath in, exhale. I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. Take that deep breath in and exhale. One more deep breath in. Exhale. One more deep, big breath in. Exhale. I am the most important factor in my life story. I am my first priority. I want you guys to think about that today. I'm going to give you one last example. I love examples because that's how I learn. So I try to share examples when I'm telling stories. If you guys know me, you know I love horses. I'm a huge horse lover. Part of me being able to reconnect with my core and taking care of myself meant I needed to find something that was mine, something that I love, something that brought me peace, right? And so I started horseback riding again. I did it when I was very, very small, loved horses all the time. But I started again probably about 7 or 8 years ago. So when got my own horse, and I just was in love with this horse. Her name was Paris. I was absolutely in love with Paris. I went to she started losing weight, right? Paris was a Arabian standard mix, and she started losing weight. And so I went to talk to a vet, and I was like, what can I do to make her lose weight? Because I wanted to make sure that her coat was shiny, that she gained weight and she looked good. And he told me that she needed a certain type of food. There was a certain type of food. Basically, horses, what you put in is what you get out, just like the rest of us. That's why I learned so much from working with, um, you know, taking care of my horse. So he was like, it's not really like working out, because I was like, can I work her out? She just seems to, have lost muscle, and she just doesn't look. I wanted to look healthier, and so he told me that I needed to get a certain type of food, because basically what you put in is how horses. You see a horse that has a beautiful coat and they just look all muscular and everything. It's because they're getting the right nutrients and food, of course. Hair, coat shiny, hair, mane beautiful, because they're getting the right food. So I drove 45 minutes to an hour twice a month to get Paris the type of food. It was this food that was like homemade, ground corn and grains and all this stuff. It was ground up, homemade, way out past Henry County, which was like almost an hour from where I lived. And one of the guys that I rode horses with was like, why don't you just get her food at Tractor Supply? Like, there's food there for horses. And I was like, no, I want her to have what she needs to be healthy. Like, I want her to look healthy. I want her to be in the best shape possible. So I was driving an hour. I was also getting these supplements, all this stuff for her. And then I thought about it one day as I was like eating something really unhealthy for myself. I would work, all day. I lived far from my office. So I would get in my car in the morning, drive downtown, and then, throughout the day I'd be doing photo shoots or moving around. So I didn't really have a great pattern for eating. So I would usually grab some fast food on my way to a photo shoot or on my way to a meeting or something like that. I would grab, something that was unhealthy. And it occurred to me one day as I was being so hypocritical and buying Paris this food that I was driving an hour for. And I wouldn't even stop and take care of myself and get myself a healthy lunch. I would go and just go to Popeyes or go to, you know, Sonic or something for myself. But I would drive an hour to get her food. And I realized you've got to care about yourself more than you care about that horse. My kids, when my kids were little, whatever they needed, I would make sure that they had. I cooked, I did whatever I had to do to make sure they were good. But when it came to myself, I'm swinging through a drive-through, right? And I said, you know what? No more, Crystal. You have to apply the same principle, if not more, to yourself than you do to other things. So I want to just encourage you guys to think about the hypocrisy that you have in your life. If you are not where you want to be in life, I guarantee you the main contributor to that is yourself. But the beautiful thing about that is we are turning that around. We are turning that around. We have stated affirmations throughout the month of July from this book, How to Win When Shit Happens, 31 affirmations to build mental immunity in the midst of chaos. It's so very important. So very important to do this. So I thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. Just 2 days left. Chris, you are doing a great job of being a great example, for that. And I know that we all feel better when we eat better, when we get our exercise, when we take a moment to take care of ourselves. That's not being selfish. It doesn't mean that you're not a hard worker. There's this whole idea that if you're not serving others and doing everything all day, you're not successful. That is BS. That is BS. And I'm telling you, all the people that we know that are successful, some of my friends here on the live, Clay, one of our friends in common, Polo the Don, is always like, you don't want to be great. Well, the thing about Polo is Polo takes care of himself. Polo will always take care of himself first, which I respect, but I realize those around them have to do the same thing if they want those same results, right? If you want to be like somebody, you can't just hang around them. That's one of the things that people have confused. You can be, I have a lot of friends that are millionaires and are doing really well, and there's so many people that want to be like them, so they just hang around. They just hang around. I just want to be around them. That doesn't get you success. Getting success is watching what they're doing and applying those things in your own life. Hanging around them may get you a good meal every once in a while, and it may make you slightly popular with other people, but at the end of the day, you cannot take popular to the grave. Guys, popular does not leave a legacy. And the people that you're sitting around and hanging around, they're already their legacies are secure. I would suggest that you start working on yours. There's no time like the present. No time like the present. Hanging around someone who's wealthy, hanging around someone who's successful, hanging around someone who's beautiful is not going to get you any of those things. Not at all. Not at all. You have got to do the work on you. Please get your copy of the book, How to Win When Shit Happens. You can go to the website. If you're on Instagram, it's pinned right here, howtowinwhenshithappens.com. You can also go to Amazon. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can go to howtowinwhenshithappens.com. You can get the book. The book is $4.99 for the Kindle version, $9.99 for the paperback version, which I have right here. And then you also get the free playlist. We have a soundtrack, a playlist that goes along with the book to keep you energized, to keep you focused. Affirmations from other people like Diddy, Oprah Winfrey, Iyanla Vanzant, Sarah Jakes, Tony Robbins, all the people that we know that motivate us. Little video excerpts from them, little audio excerpts from them, and then music to keep you focused, keep you motivated. Download the free playlist. get the copy of the book. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your life is changing as you apply these principles, as you apply these affirmations to your daily lives. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you here tomorrow. You guys have to join. We have 2 more days, Thursday and Friday, affirmation 30 and 31, and they're going to be amazing. I promise. I'll see you guys bright and early, 7 a.m. in the morning, right? I'll see you guys then.